This is the Week in Review for TheTrumpet.com, Friday, December 2nd, 2011. A bungled NATO airstrike last Saturday killed 24 Pakistani soldiers, including 2 officers. The disaster has further damaged the tense relationship between the United States and Pakistan. Pakistan closed 2 border crossings used to supply NATO troops and is demanding that Washington vacate Shamsi Air Base, jeopardizing American drone operations. Expect America's relationship with Pakistan to collapse soon, opening a strategic door for China. On Tuesday, Iranians stormed and ransacked the British embassy in Tehran. The theft and damage to the embassy and residential compound was a reaction against fresh sanctions imposed on Iran for its nuclear program. 6 embassy staff were taken by protesters and subsequently released. Britain has closed its embassy, and sources say that all diplomats have been evacuated. Although Tehran denies any official involvement, the Iranian government had just downgraded its ties with Britain and was almost certainly behind the demonstration. On Monday and Tuesday, Egyptians voted in their first parliamentary elections since the fall of Hosni Mubarak. Polling will continue over the next 6 weeks. Analysts are saying the question is not whether Islamists will win, but how overwhelming their victory will be. The struggle is not between Islamists and Egyptian liberals, but between the Muslim Brotherhood and more extreme elements, such as the radical Salafist Islamic Alliance. Last week, the ruling military council asked former Prime Minister Kamal Ganzouri to form a government until July 1st, but Ganzouri has said he may pass his power to the newly elected parliament before then. Watch Cairo closely to see just how extreme Egypt's new Islamist government will be. Germany has made more money exporting weapons than ever before. That is according to the German government's annual Defense and Exports report for last year. The value of German weapons exports was 300 million euros in 2002, 1.3 billion euros in 2009, and 2 billion euros last year. Most of the exports were high-value products such as submarines, warships, and tanks. Last year, German armaments manufacturers also agreed to contracts worth 5 billion euros. 2/3 of the exports are to EU or NATO members, but Germany is also battling for more military contracts in the volatile Middle East. Germany traditionally has not sold weapons to countries engaged in conflict, but Der Spiegel reports that Chancellor Angela Merkel is so eager to support German defense industry that she is breaking with this doctrine. The new normal in Berlin is that Germany is not ashamed of its history, and it is willing and able to make nice profits from its expertise in weaponscraft. In particular, Germany's arms exports to the Middle East point to a coming alliance between Germany and the enemies of Iran. Belgium finally has a leader. After 18 months with no permanent leader in power, it was announced that socialist Elio Di Rupo will take the helm as prime minister. Di Rupo was born to Italian parents and has a reputation as a flamboyant leftist. He will be Europe's first openly homosexual head of government. Di Rupo is now faced with the challenge of cobbling together a government that can last. But even if he does, he will then face the overwhelming task of fixing Belgium's debt crisis. Watch for the Catholic Church to work behind the scenes to ultimately root out the homosexual liberal as it completes its agenda for the resurrected Holy Roman Empire. All it will take is a Belgian economic crisis for Berlin to apply the same solution as it did with Greece, taking control of yet another Eurozone nation. For decades, the United States has had the biggest, fastest arsenal of supercomputers. However, it appears that China has surpassed America as the world leader in this area. Last November, the Chinese unveiled the world's most powerful supercomputer. It now possesses 74 of the 500 biggest supercomputers in the world, up from 0 a decade ago. Japan has since developed a faster machine, but analysts say that Beijing will soon reclaim the lead. These technologies are instrumental in developing nuclear weapons, aerospace engines, chemicals, and drugs. Experts say that if the U.S. has lost its supercomputing edge, it could quickly lose its advantages in security, military, energy exploration, and pharmaceutical research. An independent inquiry has found that last summer's riots in Britain were partially caused by a shocking lack of hopes and dreams in English youth. The study, published on Monday, said the panel encountered a stark collective pessimism about the future. Some rioters had no hope and nothing to lose, the report said, adding that there is a concerning level of dependency and anxiety among Britain's next generation. In different words, the Book of Proverbs states exactly what the panel discovered. Where there is no vision, the people perish. On Wednesday, 1.5 million public sector workers went on strike, closing the majority of English schools and disrupting services at hospitals, courts, and various government agencies. The strikes were caused by the government's attempt to deal with its out-of-control finances by reducing the generous pensions of public sector workers. These kinds of strikes will only get worse as nations struggle to deal with their massive deficits. Married couples made up less than half of the adult population in England and Wales in 2010, Britain's Office of National Statistics has found. Only 48% of adults in these countries are married. Analysts say the decrease in the married population is partially a result of an increase in cohabitation, as fewer couples are bothering to commit themselves to marriage. That is the Trumpet.com Week in Review.